A friend of mine brought me a great idea in regards to, what is it? Some sort of schooling, teaching, certificate, formula regards to supermarket behavior in general. Like, a lot of people don't know how to behave in a supermarket. And I think it would be advisable if someone teach them, this is like, there's like soft guidelines, but no one explains it like really how it is and how it should be. As I have no script for this, we gotta make it up on the spot. Give me a second here. So, wait, it's quite sunny today. I gotta be honest, it's super sunny. I'm getting fried quite vigorously. I'm getting fried to max degree. I'm ultra fried, you could say. Let's put this one here. The worst case, it gets lost. Case. The worst case, not cased. Fucking pronunciation matters, man. And if anyone says something else, they are wrong. This is factually wrong. Today we get ourselves some booster physics fusion carambola. There was also, I think, alpha, which was like mathematical formulas. It was like strawberry vanilla chocolate or something, and it really tastes like this. Insane. This is about energy and whatnot. I really like this because they have formulas in them, and I mean, think about this. This is not just premium blah 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 brand, this is like discounter stuff. But yeah, that is nice. That is actually really nice. They put in some effort, and therefore I treat them by purchasing the product. But in general, yeah, I mean, you get your cheapest formula, and you put on some fun, nice graphical stuff, and that's it. Nothing more to life. Okay, let's return to the subject at hand. It's about a supermarket etiquette, guidelines, rules, maybe a certificate even. Let's make it mandatory. Without the certificate, you are forced to eat from garbage dumpsters, or what you grow, or outside, or animals, or carcasses and whatnot. It boils down to this. When you park, let's start there, before entering the parking area, try to not kill anybody on the parking area. May it be by an electrical scooter, by foot, by bike, by everything, Do keep in mind that other people exist and they have feelings and they want to arrive at their family, at home, with their friends, with a picnic, whatever, Please don't kill people. That would be nice for beginners, okay? This is what we somewhat all can agree on. Don't try to rush. There's never, also the second rule of the Fight Club is just have fun and be yourself. There's never any occasion or situation where it would be advisable to rush of the time. Ironically, I ignore this rule, but how should I put this? I do sort of speed running, So I'm aware of my surroundings, even though I have headphones on. And now here's the vital part. It doesn't matter if you're young or old, thin or fat, have disablements or not. Think about your surroundings, Try to be aware of them. There's not just things that you do that reflect on the environment, but also other things other people do. You might go zigzag, another person might go zigzag, a third person might come up doing a zigzag, an employee might come up with some stuff in their hands doing zigzag, and might be boiling liquids, and you all could get hurt. Think about this for a while. Then there is the fact that, how should I put this? Yeah, like I said, eyes in the back of your head. Think when you go, people don't seem to be aware of this. You just see the front side, the frontal 180 degrees, approximately, You have like a sharp, high-res view in like a 30% degree or something like this. And all surrounding this 180 degree angle is like somewhat blurry, not highly detailed. So do keep that in mind. Think that everything that you can't see might also happen to you. Someone might crash into you, you might crash into someone else, and just be fucking aware of your surroundings. Think thrice before you go or rush or jump or skip or run backwards, especially with a shopping cart. This is like the major obstacle. The aisles are super densely packed with a lot of material, a lot of people rush and run around the corners. So this is just an incident waiting to happen. So if you're on only by foot, try to be aware of corners. Think like the worst case, like everyone could jump out any minute, and do like some sort of, I always do this, like some sort of, I don't know, I don't fucking care, James Bond or Splinter Cell, whatever, look around the corners, you know, Metal Gear and whatnot. Look around the corners like someone trying to get you. And the head is just for visualizing what's happening, you know. If you think like someone might crash into you, put out your elbow like some sort of, what is it? Like some sort of pickaxe. So if someone runs into you, you're protected, the other person just gets hurt. You know, try to protect yourself, but don't be the cause of harm in the first place. You know, this is just for protection, so to say. And yeah, try to think and look and be agile and on the move. And yeah, then there's the fact with the cash register and whatnot. This is about paying articles, goods, mostly food and a little bit of non-food. Therefore, you're in the supermarket to buy stuff as fast as you can and leave as fast as you can, you know. Don't try to make this like your personal world. This is where I relax, this is where I talk with the employees. The employees are only there to work. They only work there because they hate themselves so much that they took on this job, because it's super unrewarding, it's super stressful, no one gives a fuck, and the payment is shitty, and the customers are shitty, and everything is shitty. So do keep that in mind. The employees are just people who say, I have to hurt myself, I have to hurt myself. And while people hate to admit it, you know, if you take a razor blade and you do like, what is it, with the skin thingy, you know, when you're emo and depressed and whatnot, and you're slitting your armrests and whatnot, or your thighs, because it gives you a high. This is what society frowns upon. We do not like this. But if you hurt yourself under working circumstances, totally different context, you get paid for this, you know, some sort of BDSM, masochistic, bad trade, exploitation going on. We value this, we honor this. This is highly honored because you undersell yourself, you know. This is about being domesticated and, or I don't know, humiliated by the highest degree. Because if you would get money, probably, let's think about this for a while. If you cut your thighs, you know, then we would maybe say like, okay, since there is money in it, this makes it good, maybe. I drift off the subject, the topic. The topic at hand remains, at the cash register, put your stuff you want to buy on the tray, and do think about this. Time moves forward, you know, 1 second, another second, another second. You might be waiting in front of another person, and there's a person that might appear on the back of your, you know, like in 100% of the case, 90% of the cases, people think I'm the last person, therefore I don't have to put a separator on there. Guess who comes next? It's always me. I always have to put a separator, my items and another separator, because the person in front of me is not capable of doing this. They are totally overwhelmed with existence on this planet at this very moment. So do keep on the separator, blah de blah, put your articles on there. Don't make like a big fucking mountain, because the shit will fall sideways and frontways and backways and mix with the other customers' orders and whatnot. Just try to place it in a orderly fashion. And if you tell me some shit like this is not possible, in 100% of the time in the cases, maybe one instance maybe, I was always able to put it on the tray sorted, on the assembly sort of line, in a sorted fashion. So this helps not just you, but also the cashier, the cashier registering your stuff super fast, so you can put it in your bag again, you know. Your surroundings will thank you, you will thank yourself. Also have the fucking money at hand, you know, not just like, where did I put this? Oh, wait a minute, I didn't. I kind of forgot. Was a supermarket communist? construction, or was it capitalistic, value driven with money? Oh yeah, I remember. It was driven by value and big dollar bling bling. Okay, now it is time to look in my purse. No, for fuck's sake. Be aware when you go to the supermarket that you will have to spend money. You know, you leave the house, you have to pay, money, bank account minus, red number. You know, this is what will happen. You know, and don't do like the whole. I think when I watch some people pay, this feels like they are like, okay, at the beginning there was the universe. And then God created light and he saw that it was good. And then on the seventh day, you know, you can see this in their eyes reflecting. You can see when they like, okay, in my existence in this body, because my parents met 60 years ago in France, because they had a short fling. This is why I existed. Then I went to school in Rome, where I studied, I don't know, Greek literature, blah, blah, blah. No, man, this is just about the payment method. Don't make this egocentric shit like your whole story arc. And maybe even share it on Facebook and Instagram. Make a social meetings post out of this. And then there's also the supermarket with the highly stressed employees, undertrained maybe, or younger. Today, for example, some teenagers, whatnot. And alarms going on, and understaffed, and badly paid, and shitty cash register system. Especially the Edeka, Lena Christstraße 7, Ingolstadt, you know. There's the problem that they build up these self-checkout cash registers, and they had it open for like 1 or maybe 2 months. Now it's infinitely closed. Think about this. This is just for show. This is just for, in theory, we are quite modern, but practically speaking, we rely on the modern technology of 1950. You know, so do keep in mind that some supermarkets cannot count to 2 or 3. You know, the supermarket itself has a great variation of articles and whatnot. But I don't know who came up with the idea. Do the self-checkout register. You know, this is like the Truman architect. What is it? Neil Harris or Ed Harris, you know. Make him go to the, self-checkout cash register. Now close all the cash register thingies, check thingies. Make him force him to use the old shitty stupid slow system. Beautiful, you know, architect mindset. 5D chess. And I think this is the basic guide on how to be to pass the fucking, I don't know, license. Then you would generate some sort of questions, you know. Should you block the path when someone wants to walk through there? No. If you do the small talk with another person, do you have to take up the maximum space? Then yes or no, something like this, you know. And if you are on the cash register system, on the assembly line, whatever, you know, should you take up as many time of the employee and your surroundings as much time as you can? Or just fastly progress forward, you know. And yeah, and some people say like, yeah, but old people, they're lonely. This is like their only vent system. There are, how should I put this? There are enough external resources. So this is like saying the alcoholic has to steal high-end value champagne from the alcohol aisle in the supermarket. Therefore, it's not his fault, you know. He's been conditioned to this. No, don't excuse the shitty behavior. You know, this is like a child where you wrist slap or something and they say, bad child or bad elder senior citizen, behave correctly, you know. If something doesn't work, beat it until it works again. No, just kidding. But you get the fucking idea.